Hello to you all, and for any returning visitors, welcome back to the gallery. I've got another favorite drama work of art to share, so grab your favorite beverage to sip on as we appreciate, and let's get to it. But if you're going to be drinking cooking oil, like certain side characters in this drama, then I'm a little worried for you. Wok of Love is a 2018 K drama starring one of my favorite K drama actors, the oh so versatile Junho. My review of another one of his dramas, Just Between Lovers, is already posted in the gallery, so check it out if you're able. Wok of Love, also known as Greasy Mellow, is a favorite for me for a host of reasons. The excellent acting from each of the three main actors, and the interesting subject matter. Hey, I like eating and learning about food. And then there's the writing. We are in the capable hands here of the same writer as another favorite K-drama of mine, Jealousy Incarnate. We get scintillating dialogue, and our writer gives us a unique plot which manages to either avoid a number of the tropes out there in the drama universe, or else to take on the tropes from a fresh angle and just delightfully upend them or turn them on their heads, much to my delight and surprise as a viewer. But mostly this drama is a favorite for me because of its quirky, oddball sense of humor. My dad formed my comedic taste as a child by showing me zany things like the nearly 3 hour long 1963 comedy marathon movie It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, with its all-star cast lineup of comedic greats for its day. In fact, I was reminded of its final hospital scene when watching Wok of Love's flashback hospital scene with all the bandage-clad guys lined up in their hospital beds together in their shared room. In this sometimes surreal K-drama, we get served up the following: of riches to rags, slightly aimless at first, perpetually hungry female lead who fences and has conversations with her ever since childhood beloved talking horse Buster, a dapper ex-gangster boss who accessorizes with dark sunglasses, suspenders, and awesome martial arts skills, who is smitten with our female lead, who acts like a supportive big brother to our male lead, and who's come back from a brush with death and is now trying to give all his ex-gangster brothers a fresh start in life. A beat-up chef from a Michelin star restaurant toting around his battered wok and bamboo noodle pole to start all over. And he isn't an egotistical jerk, and he isn't in it for money and fame. In fact, he enjoys cooking tasty dishes to serve the woman he adores, and his big dream is to provide delicious, affordable food to average people. What's not to love? I think Wok of Love is fairly symbolic. We have the humble Hungry Wok restaurant struggling to make it, being loomed over across the street by the aptly named Giant Hotel. And for what are our three main leads hungry at the Hungry Wok restaurant? Each of them has abandonment issues of different kinds. They are each hungry, I think, for purpose and also for relationships that are loving and loyal. In fact, our male lead chef's name means hug. He's affectionate and willing to give hugs, but he's also so desperately in need of a hug and for loyal friends who will have his back. All three leads are looking for such satisfaction and fulfillment in the midst of the current messiness of their lives. Maybe this is symbolized by their craving for jjajangmyeon, the dish that is central to this story, that messy blend of noodles, vegetables, and sauce. I'm going to argue that the main theme for this story is the life necessity of trying again, never giving up. In our male lead master chef's kitchen, we see this illustrated throughout the drama as dishes are worked on and perfected, and there is hard work and, yes, frustration at times, but also a lot of pleasure taken in the process. The theme quote I'm using for my analysis is a Latin proverb, repetitio mater studiorum, and it means repetition is the mother of learning. Living involves practice over and over again until habits are formed, and living also involves experiencing failures, and we must learn from these failures, make adjustments, and keep trying over and over again. Now, as is my method, sometimes I'm going to do a bit of meandering here, and I hope you don't mind my winding path because there's so much out there on this theme of repetition. First, I'm reminded of a related passage by G.K. Chesterton in his book Orthodoxy. Listen to this. Because children have abounding vitality, because they are in spirit fierce and free, therefore they want things repeated and unchanged. They always say, do it again, and the grown-up person does it again until he's nearly dead. For grown-up people are not strong enough to exult in monotony, but perhaps God is strong enough to exult in monotony. It is possible that God says every morning, do it again to the sun, and every evening, do it again to the moon. It may not be automatic necessity that makes all daisies alike. It may be that God makes every daisy separately, but has never got tired of making them. It may be that He has the eternal appetite of infancy, for we have sinned and grown old, and our Father is younger than we. Next, there's this poem by Richard Wilbur called A Measuring Worm, which speaks to the repetitive nature of living and our gradual movement toward transformation. This yellow-striped green caterpillar climbing up the steep window screen constantly, for lack of a full set of legs, keeps humping up his back. It's as if he sent by a sort of semaphore dark omegas meant to warn of last things. Although he doesn't know it, he will soon have wings. And I, too, don't know toward what undreamt condition, inch by inch, I go. The first theme image from our drama is this rather bleak but fortuitous meeting between our male lead and our female lead in their separate moments of despair. At the drama's outset, we see both our male lead and female lead newly married, not to each other, but to other people, and then later they are both painfully betrayed and abandoned by their unfaithful spouses. Our male lead's also being betrayed by both co-workers and the owner at the giant hotel, and our female lead's father has been betrayed and gone to jail, and her family has gone from riches to financial ruin. Now, on this bridge, they happen to run into each other once again after they've experienced relationship failures. And they're both finding life pretty frightening and full of hurt. Our male lead encourages our female lead to eat a fortune cookie with him before thinking about dying. His fortune slip says, "The one in front of you right now is your true love." And this message scares him because he's understandably not ready yet to try again with love. But it is his habit as a chef to persist and perfect his recipes through much trial and error and much practice in the kitchen. So we can see that he's not going to totally disregard that fortune cookie slip. Here we have our female lead helping our male lead with the wok since his arm is injured, and in the process, she discovers for herself a purpose and a passion for cooking with the wok. We see her later as she repetitively practices handling the wok every chance she gets, making mistakes certainly, but adjusting, correcting, trying again, never giving up. She and our male lead make a great team as they are both passionate about food and the wok and are willing to work hard, support each other, perfect their craft, and just delight in it. This scene is a great example of their willingness to keep trying as the two of them work on making a recipe for just the right kind of dough through trial and error, adjusting and redoing it, never giving up until they've tweaked the recipe to get the right results. It was a very satisfying, happy moment for me when our chef is ready to accept the words on that fortune cookie slip and embrace his true love. They are both able to see the trustworthy, persevering character of the other and are ready to love again. We get this exchange of dialogue. Our chef asks, "Should we get married?" Our female lead considers and says, "Again?" "Yes, again," he confirms. "Okay," she agrees. "Service." And our male lead repeats her agreement. service. The meaning is clear. The dish, their love relationship, is good to go. Finally, a few images to illustrate the importance of a community in which to try again, supported, helped, and encouraged. Here we have our 3 leads on the patio outside of the Hungry Wok restaurant after hours, where they can relax and regroup before doing it all again tomorrow. And the Hungry Wok restaurant crew surrounds our chef, and eventually they come together when he is ready for his big comeback, the showdown competition against Giant Hotel. And the Hungry Wok team has his back. Last but not least, if you recall my love for awesome choreographed martial arts fight scenes, I have for you all an image from that fight scene in the Tux shop, where our ex-gangster boss runs into our female lead and has her back, quite literally. It's time for the last portion of my analysis, music related to the theme of trying again. Aiming for a satisfyingly eclectic mix, here we go. Inspired by our female lead, I'm including the song Never Give Up by Sia. With these opening lyrics, think of our female lead with her horse, roaming around sleepless in her fencing suit, ending up on the bridge, thinking about jumping into the water. I've battled demons that won't let me sleep, called to the sea, but she'd abandon me, but I'll never give up. This is on my morning run playlist for when I feel like quitting because it's hard to keep going. This song comes alongside me like a good friend and propels me forward in lyrics and beat. Inspired by our ex-gangster, I'm including 2 songs, 'cause hey, this guy could use some extra love. First, the Killer's song, All These Things That I've Done, is audible repetition, beginning with that opening piano key hit again and again, and giving us lines like, if you can hold on, hold on. I need direction to perfection. Help me out. Oh, don't you put me on the back burner. Second, the Smiths song, Please, 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 Let Me Get What I Want. Inspired by our drama's chef, I'm including a song by Loyal Carner, who titled this rap song with the name of a chef he admires. The lyrics speak to hanging in there through the difficult times to try again another day. I've provided links to all 4 songs below in the description. Have a listen and see what you think. It's time to say goodbye, but if you like what's in the gallery and wish to give a sign of encouragement, click the subscribe button. Thank you for joining me. As we continue on our way, let's do our best to keep trying, to take some childlike pleasure in the repetition, and to stay awake to gather the beautiful.